All right, this is the wrap up of Sprint 1. Uh, just kind of reviewing on some of the stuff we went into. So, two parts of this assignment. The first part being um, about the Sprint log, how many hours, and about a brief video of the evidence of the Sprint log. So, to quickly just show about the evidence. So, I've written 5 pages for the rule book, going over the turn overview as well the event cards, talking about farms, excavation sites, the 5 captains, some of their abilities, as well as the end of the turn and end of the game. So those are the things that I've written about, and then just logging, the different days that I've worked on these for. Apart from that, from specifically working on this and the edits, there's also been, a lot of research with different um, sources for captains. Let me bring this in. So last time I was looking over rules and kind of understanding, different games. Like these are just some of the games I uploaded here that I liked, but a lot of other games I've looked at to understand better, how many pages, what's the format look like, to how much detail does it get into. I'm thinking something that'd be really beneficial for this game as well is creating a link and then a QR code where it shows a video of us playtesting how to play Uncharted Space. That's something that I'm looking forward to do once we've finished uh, making the formatting and everything. Because I feel personally, especially with rules as they start to get more complicated, it makes a lot more sense when you're able to just watch a video and see like a few turns of what that play looks like, and it's like, oh, okay, that makes sense. At the same time, though, the goal of the game is to make it where you almost feel like you don't have to watch a video because it just makes sense. So right now, after I've basically this week finished writing the rules for the game, it's going to be a review of simplification, making sure the game isn't more complicated than it needs to, making sure that it's balanced as we go through a second playtest. The other resources that we've been using for this in the source material, oh, wrong one, and the rules, like Captain Splash Arts. So, I've been looking like a lot of different resources from games I play or just things that the internet brought up in general, just kind of showing, what I want for our captain pieces to have like a really cool looking splash art where people think, oh, I want to play this guy or I want to play this girl. Like they look really cool and they feel kind of a satisfaction from being able to play it. Uh, and then also, rules cover art. Marvel's pretty great, right? So I thought it'd be pretty cool. This was one of the images that I decided upon. I thought it'd be pretty cool if you got your space thing going on, one of the planets, and obviously we're not gonna have Marvel because we don't want copyright, but we want to have like the 5 different captains. I think another one that kind of comes up to mind is Ku, the game. Gotta be specific. So Ku kind of has a nice way to show that as well. A lot of them are political figures or just figures in general. So we'll do the cards and see if it shows the cards itself. If I can get some different photos of it. Yeah, so we can take a look here. So like here you can see is kind of like a portrait essentially of what the captains look like. So this is kind of inspiration from here that I want the captain cards to look like, but also those uh, identities combined into one overall cover art that are all on the front for people to be able to look at. I think it's cool. Still what Cool does in other ones where they just have like one person on there. Another game, Splendor, where they just show like a merchant, holding all the um, different types of gems. But I also want to make sure, like in Coup, that they don't seem to be playing to like a favorite character or like this is the headpiece, the spokes for the game. I want everyone to be able to look at the cover art and be like, oh, there's the guy I like to play, and still feel included in their own way. Um, Other thing that I wanted to show. So going over the questions for the second part for the video stand up is what I work on last. What I worked on last was how to set up the game, who manages resources, understanding resources in their cards, and basically just getting the game set up and understanding generally what the game entails. Making sure that there was like a concrete understanding to who and what the game was for. What I'm working on next is making sure that I wrap up just the last little bits of what may be needed in the rule book. Um, Pretty much everything's filled out. I just need to make sure that everything's on the right page where we want it to be. I need to create the index, make sure that's updated compared to when I originally set it up, as well as making sure I get all the images from the game board in order to get the rule book finished and the formatting for that, make it look really nice. That's going to take a lot of time because I personally don't have a lot of experience in that kind of designing and format, but it's going to be a good experience to be a good challenge really to work on that, and I think it will help me with a lot of future assignments as well at UAT. What stands in our way as well as threatens achieving our sprint goal. I think there's been a little bit of lack of communication or some expectations. Uh, so that's something that we're working with each other to be better just about, what we're expecting, what we can, what we can't do, and then making evaluations for what we're not going to be able to do in the game and um, who is who and what is pulling their weight with what's going on. I'd say overall, from the team members who have contributed and the work that they put out, each and every one of them has talent, and they're doing some great stuff. I just hope that we're able to get all that stuff in before time is up, because I think we can make something pretty awesome. I'm excited with what we've made so far, but again, yeah, I just hope that we're able to get just a little bit more done, and then anxiety won't feel like it's spiking a little bit. But I'm excited for what we're working on and what's coming up. Um, yeah, the last thing I just wanted to say is Uncharted Space. It's interesting how when you work on a game and you think like this is where I wanted to go, and then you kind of realize, okay, maybe this is actually where I wanted to go. Like this makes a lot more sense, and it kind of is like a character. If anyone's ever written a book, it starts to kind of write itself. So that's an interesting thing that I've started to learn a little bit more about game making. Thanks.